As for his first coming, when he came in the body of Jesus of Nazareth, this was due to the excessive commission of sins by people and the fulfillment of God's covenant not to bring a flood. The martyrdom of Jesus washed away the sins of humanity according to the law. Without the shedding of blood there is no forgiveness. Hebrews 9:22. The washing away of sins frees the conscience, which in the intuitive language is called acquiring a good conscience. Its goodness will be maintained if a person refrains from committing sins. This is baptism according to the law. Baptism is not the removal of dirt from the body but the pledge of a good conscience toward God. I Peter 3:21. Now I will specify the power of the redemption of humanity's baptism through Christ's blood sacrifice. The concentrated composition of the cells of the body containing Christ's soul is equivalent to the concentration of all other people's brains. But as for the concentration level of Christ's own brain, it is unique. Therefore, his reincarnation is allowed only once during the entire course of human genetics. As for reincarnation, it is the mind that is reincarnated, not the thought. That is why Christ has the power to expose everything. The anatomical and physiological picture of baptism is this: the regeneration of cerebral cortex cells through blood enriched with oxygen, which necessarily requires a healthy heart, and all this can be achieved only by the means called supplying cosmic vital energy to the organism. But only Christ is equipped with such power. Therefore, only he is capable of mediating the connection between man and the cosmos. The existence of human life is impossible without receiving cosmic vital energy. Since, due to the weight of accumulated sins, no one among men was capable of establishing a connection with the cosmos. Therefore, it became necessary for Christ's soul to appear in the body of Jesus of Nazareth before the calculated time, so that this connection would be ensured until his second coming, which, according to the genetic program calculation, required 2,000 years. It was for this very purpose that Jesus performed the eternal communion with children. Hebrews 2:14. The essence of this communion is that every child born after his death is given a soul baptized by the Holy Spirit, which means the opening of the closed mind due to the sins of the ancestors. Therefore, nowadays, only children are capable of establishing a connection with Christ, which, in turn, is the fulfillment of God's promised help, with which he promised humanity that he would no longer send a flood. I will attest to the presented information with the Bible. Christ did not enter by means of the blood of goats and calves, but he entered the most holy place once for all by his own blood, thus obtaining eternal redemption. The blood of goats and bulls sanctify those who are defiled so that they are outwardly clean. How much more, then, will the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself unblemished to God, cleanse our consciences from acts that lead to death, so that we may serve the living God. For this reason Christ is the mediator of a new covenant, that those who are called may receive the promised eternal inheritance, and now that he has died as a ransom to set them free from the sins committed under the first covenant. Hebrews 9:11, 12. 15. Please pay attention. Since the Bible states that without the shedding of blood there is no forgiveness of sins, Hebrews 9:22, and it is impossible for the blood of bulls and goats to take away sins. Therefore, when Christ came into the world, he said, "Sacrifice and offering you did not desire, but a body you prepared for me. With burnt offerings and sin offerings you were not pleased." Then I said, "Here I am. It is written about me in the scroll. I have come to do your will, O God." He sets aside the first to establish the second, and by that will, we have been made holy through the sacrifice of the body of Jesus Christ once for all. Hebrews 10:4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Therefore, when gifts and sacrifices are offered, they cannot perfect the conscience of the worshipper, which were only established with food and drink, various ceremonial washings, and physical regulations until the time of the Reformation. Hebrews 9-9, 10. As you can see, it is clear from the presented information that forgiveness of sins was impossible without sacrifice, and without it, receiving baptism is impossible. That is, according to the new covenant, the ability of people to baptize has been abolished, and the performance of baptism rituals is forbidden. As for the true mission of the process that current religions resort to and call baptism, I will tell you that at this time, grace is fraudulently appropriated from the baptized at the expense of deceiving their parents. This process, from an energetic point of view, is presented as follows. A large part of the baptized person's vital energy is appropriated by the godparent, and the baptizer also receives a share. Since, according to the universal law, the release of vital energy is allowed only in exchange for a feeling of gratitude or a proportional punishment for sin. Since, according to the new covenant, the ability to receive cosmic vital energy is only possible for children, because according to the same covenant, their eternal godparent is Jesus Christ. Therefore, since children are sinless, this energy is not released from them through the portion of sin, but is released only in exchange for gratitude. It is for the purpose of seizing this energy that society is manipulated by the rituals that religions call baptism, and by committing this sin, they receive vital energy obtained at the expense of the gratitude given by the parents. Going this way for a long period has already put the existence of humanity at risk. When determining a person's fate, the starting point is their mentality toward the truth of faith. Since true faith stands on the foundation that is a righteous gene and is obtained by 144,000 times defending the truth plus 144,000 times selflessly giving charity plus 144,000 times honest action plus 144,000 times self-sacrifice for goodness plus 144,000 times acting with a conscientious attitude toward parents plus 144,000 times acting to express selfless love for one's neighbor plus 144,000 times just action equals the ability to comprehend the truth. The evolutionary course of human genetics was established to bring forth this gene, and it took millennia to receive it. Therefore, whoever has this gene must exercise greater caution regarding faith. For this, no action should be performed in God's name unless this action is well explained, thoroughly attested by the laws of the Bible and with the appropriate knowledge confirmed by universally known facts.